Good morning guys, Merry Christmas. First up I just need to machine up another couple of pieces of timber to act as the drawer guides because I forgot about them in my drawing. So later today I'm going to need to smooth out some surfaces using a hand plane, and this is a brand new hand plane that I just bought. It's a Luban number 4. I think it's based on a Wood River or I don't know, Chinese or Taiwanese, let's call it Taiwanese plane. All I've done is taken it straight out of the box here and looked at it and says, looks pretty good. So I'm going to set him up, sharpen it, give it a test run, see if it's any good at all. I might just put a drop of oil in there. Bit of 3-in-1 light machine oil. That's better. They're actually beautifully machined. Here's the blade. I couldn't cut myself if I tried. So I'm going to set the chip breaker here about 1/2 mil back from the cutting edge, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously I've never used it, so I don't even know what the angle of that chip breaker is, so I don't know where it should go, but 1/2 mil seems like a good place to start, roughly. And then with a light directly in front of me, I want to sight through the gap between the chip breaker and the blade to make sure there's no light coming through, because if the light comes through, the shavings can get stuck in there. And it's perfect, straight from the factory. Perfect. That's what we like. So I'll just put a little bit of wax on the sole just to help it slide across the timber a little bit easier, so I'm not working as hard. Now, did I put this timber in there correctly? I did. The grain's sloping upwards like that. This is my best plane in the shop. Look at that. Vroom, 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 vroom. But if you're not keen on making your own like this, these are absolutely awesome. I can't recommend them highly enough. They are beautifully machined. They work, and the blade itself, I didn't bother to flatten it at all. I just looked at it and said, it looks pretty flat to me. And so when I flipped it over and rubbed it on the stone on the back to remove the burr, that will tell me if it's flat enough or not flat enough. The burr was removed, therefore it's flat enough. So out of the factory, the quality level of these things is insane. So now that Christmas lunch with the family is finished, I can get back to work. Remember, high-vis for safety. Let's start by making one of the first sub-assemblies in this piece. Got my bottom rail on the side. This one will join flush to the inside edge to act as the draw guide. This one runs on the outside edge, set in somewhat, but it's laid over on an angle like that. And then this one sits on top like so. It'll be a lot easier once I've cut all the joints. I'll do that right now. So this here was the thing that I was making. This is going to be the lower assembly thing. I don't know what these parts are called, but there's going to be a leg here and a leg here, and that's where the side slats will sit on top of, and that's just the bottom of it. So it's a bit of an awkward thing to make, and I made it more awkward for myself. But you can see those slots there. Those slots would have been much better to be running parallel or in line with this piece, and putting that slot on top there on the angle. Would have been so much more easier and a lot safer to do it that way, but I cut these angles first, and then I said, oh bugger, I need to put these spline slots in there. Oh well. So it was a very dicey manoeuvre what I made there at the end there, but I got it done and it looks accurate enough. Now I'll cut the slots onto the bottom one as well tomorrow, after I've machined up some timber for the splines, because I simply ran out of time today. Again, it's what I do, I just keep running out of time. So, Merry Christmas. I won't say Happy New Year because I'm going to see you well before then. So, Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas lunch or dinner or breakfast, whatever it is that you do with your families. And until tomorrow, adios.